Hi everyone. Welcome to the Science Info channel. Guys, today we will discuss about the mosque built decades after the death of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, found near the Sea of Galilee. Before we get started, make sure to like and share this video. Smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell. The remains of one of the earliest mosques on record, built just a generation after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, died, have been found near the Sea of Galilee in Israel, according to archaeologists at Hebrew University. Archaeologists found the foundational remnants of the roughly 1,350-year-old mosque beneath another mosque that had been built on top of it in Tiberias, a city in northern Israel. Excavation leader Katya Silverman, a specialist in Islamic archaeology at Hebrew University in Israel, we know about many early mosques that were founded right in the beginning of the Islamic period. Other early mosques, including the Prophet's Mosque in Medina, Saudi Arabia, built in AD 622, and the Great Mosque of Damascus in Syria, completed in AD 715, which were expanded and rebuilt over the years, are still used as places of worship, meaning archaeologists can't do thorough excavations there. The excavation leader further said it is not possible to excavate those sites, because they are generally located under mosques that are still being used. Here in Tiberias, they had this remarkable opportunity to excavate the site and research what lay beneath. The newly discovered mosque dates to the second half of the 7th century, making it the oldest ever discovered Friday mosque, apparently even predating the previously oldest mosque found in Wasit, Iraq, dated 703, by several decades. All that's left of this centuries-old mosque are its foundations and artifacts found in the fill under those structures, such as coins and pottery fragments dating to the 7th century, which helped date the building. Not a market. Archaeologists have known about this site since the 1950s. However, at the time, the mosque's remains were misinterpreted as a covered Byzantine period market, Silverman told Live Science. This mistake stuck, even when the late archaeologist Yitzhar Hirschfeld found, in the late 2000s, small round foundations, very rough and asymmetric, which he believed belonged to a building later than the market, she said. But during recent excavations by Silverman and her team, I realized the ground plan of that covered market was very similar to that of the early 8th century Great Mosque of Damascus, which still stands, Silverman told. The team determined that the so-called Byzantine period wall was actually the foundation for the first row of columns of the early stage of the mosque, which formed a quasi-rectangular building about 72 feet, 22 meters, long by 160 feet, 49 meters, wide. The various excavations there over the years unearthed broken roof tiles from when the mosque, which was expanded over the years after its initial construction, collapsed during the earthquake of 1068. Archaeologists also discovered long bronze chains that once held glass mosque lamps. The lamps, of course, shattered from the collapse, but the many remains of their handles allow us to understand their type, Silverman told. The archaeologists found two lengths of bronze chains, one 24 feet, 7.4 meters, long, and the other nearly 20 feet, 6 meters, long. The longest one even allows estimating the height of the covered hall of the mosque. Religious tolerance. Archaeologist Katya Silverman told that the Muslims who worshipped at this early mosque were neighbors with Jews and Christians, who also had religious buildings in the neighborhood, including a monumental church nearby that was apparently the biggest church in the Galilee, and the great synagogue of Hamad Tiberias to the south. So our finds, which teach that in its first stage the mosque was a more simple and humble structure compared to the houses of prayer nearby, show that the Islamization of the city was gradual, that the new rulers were tolerant, and that the new religion adapted to the dynamics of the others. In 635, the Muslim Arabs conquered the Levant, the lands immediately east of the Mediterranean, but Tiberias was still a relatively tolerant place. During the 720s and 730s, the mosque transformed into a larger building with a courtyard and at least one underground cistern, a tank for storing water. In the 800s, a minaret for calling Muslims to prayer was likely erected, Silverman noted. The mosque remained in use until the late 900s, according to a tombstone of a Christian person found near it. Then, the earthquake destroyed it in 1068, and the Crusaders arrived in about 1100. Thanks for watching.